Well, OpenAI right now is calling all the shots. So first they partnered with Nvidia. In fact, they made Nvidia invest up to $10 billion in the company.
So they can buy Nvidia parts.
Well, I mean, you could argue the optics aren't great in terms of how this financing would work, but we know the AI infrastructure build out is in full flow. Right now, we are talking about a $250 billion market, quadrupling to $1 trillion by the end of the decade, and that's a huge build out. So, how do you finance?
We've got to ask this, Mandeep. I know you deal in this, and you're the pro. For our audience, who are those guys? Butch Cassidy, Redford and Newman. Who is OpenAI?
OpenAI is the company that's leading this wave of generative AI.
Are they just
have the best
company
models
for Microsoft? Are they just Microsoft wannabes?
Well, they want to be in different parts of the software stack, so they clearly have the best models. But then when you think about it, over time, the models will converge in functionality, and they want to be at the application layer, which is what they seem to be doing in terms of partnering with whoever they can on the chip side, making sure they have the scale when it comes to the infrastructure. And then they feel very confident about their models being the best. So I think this is just OpenAI flexing their muscles in terms of, having the best models. And then all the compute providers are lining up to make sure they have a deal with OpenAI.
When I saw this deal this morning, I have to admit, Andy, I'm glad you're here, that the bubble flag went off in my back of my brain today for the first time. Is this AI thing, is it out of control? Is it anchored? Do you feel like it's real? Are you concerned that it's just people throwing money all over the place to get that AI pixie dust?
I mean, these are companies that make up the semiconductor industry. So when you think about the top three players, it's your Nvidia, Broadcom, and AMD. All of them are lining up to have a deal with OpenAI. So look, the financing still has a lot of questions around how is OpenAI going to pay for all this compute that they're signing up for. So from that perspective, the numbers look too big to be true, in the timeline that they have given. But the use cases are real. Every company right now wants a deal with OpenAI in the chip space. And so from that perspective, it's hard to argue.
I'm going to go cynic here. I mean, Sam Altman's running this thing. It's a private company. But Google Gemini AI is telling me Microsoft is a significant strategic partner. Is this just Microsoft driving the AI bus?
No, in fact, OpenAI seems to be moving away from Microsoft, which is why they did this $300 billion deal with Oracle. And now, with all the chip providers.
So
I can't keep track.
Walk us through this. My head is going to explode. Mandy, I hate when you're on. Paul loves when you're on.
Thank you.
I hate when you're on. OpenAI did a deal with Oracle, so Oracle can do what?
Oracle can build up their cloud infrastructure, which is similar to Microsoft Azure, but OpenAI just needs a lot of compute. And right now, they're not going to buy the chips directly from AMD. AMD is going to put those chips in Oracle Cloud, and then OpenAI is going to consume those chips through Oracle Cloud. So that's where things are not happening at the chip level for OpenAI.
Okay, 40 years ago, excuse me, sir, what does the cash conversion cycle look like in your toothpaste division?
Exactly. Now, it's OpenAI. Should this be a public company, do you think? Will it ever be a public company? Because I don't think 99% of the people out on the street know what OpenAI is. I mean, and I consume this stuff all day, every day. I'm not sure I know what it is.
Well, so they clearly have a brand now. To your point, they have this app that everyone uses. They will have 1 billion monthly active users by the end of the year. So,
billion?
Yes. And they have the highest ratio of paying customers, subscription customers. This is not a free product.
Mandy, before we go here, give us, and Mandy will write for Bloomberg Intelligence today, then Ron and all our geniuses. When you study this, as you said, they may have revenue. Like, what's the revenue of Gemini? What's the revenue of Perplexity? What's the revenue of Azure? Do you have confidence in a 3 or 5 or 7 year revenue build out?
I do, and OpenAI right now is at a $13 billion run rate. They're targeting to get to $200 billion by 2030. So it's pretty much a doubling of their revenue every year. That's the CAGR that we are talking about for OpenAI ramp up. And that's why they're so aggressive with building this infrastructure, because they feel they can get to $200 billion in revenue.
Well, go ahead, Paul, please.
Do we have any idea the finances, the income statement, the balance sheet of OpenAI?
Negative gross margins. Right now, OpenAI's gross margins are negative 20, 30%.
Okay, who's financing that?
Well, it's your Microsoft. It's all the companies that are the cloud providers that supply to OpenAI. Oracle will be one of the biggest cloud providers for OpenAI. So from a margin perspective, this is low margin. But the hope is with any internet platform, that once you have the customer logged in,
you got a BS in electrical hope. I know you do. My hope is like David Sowerby's hope. I circle the word because hope means watch your wallet or watch your portfolio. Is there too much hopium going on here?
Absolutely.
In the Mandeep Singh world?
Not everybody is going to make it. I mean, there will be just one OpenAI. Whether it's actually OpenAI or some other company, we don't know. But there won't be, multiple companies with $200 billion in revenue by 2030. That's a given. So Anthropic, Perplexity, all the names that you mentioned, not everyone is going to ramp up at the same pace.
Who's your bet? Asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Who's your bet?
I mean, right now it seems OpenAI, given all the partner ecosystem that they've curated.
We got to get to David. David has a question. Do we really have the utility build out here? Dan Wang has an article in Foreign Affairs this weekend. The Chinese are so leading on electric grid. Can we develop the electric grid for all the companies I don't understand?
So we talk in terms of lead times. Right now, the lead times for building power are the longest out of anything that we have seen before. Like chip lead times used to be longer, power is even way beyond that.